There's no doubt that Eminem is one of the greatest MCs of all time. With his elite wordplay, punchlines, flows, bars for days, so many reactors have tried to explain and try to break their heads breaking down the genius that is M. Which then begs the question, has Eminem seen reaction channels? What's going on, YouTube? We are back with a special one today. Now listen, you guys have been hitting me up with an interview that M did talking about reaction channels. And a lot of you have been connecting these dots and coming up with this theory and pointing to me that Eminem has seen my reactions. Well, you know what? Let's dive into this one.
There's a certain kind of fan that will get that, and there's a certain kind of fan that might just be the average listener who doesn't, you know, they like hip hop and it sounds good, something sounds good to them, right? But they might not understand exactly what we're doing.
How dope it is.
Yeah. But that's what's dope about those reaction videos.
The bane of being a lyricist in today's era, that's for sure.
How dope it is.
Yeah. But that's what's dope about those reaction videos, and also the people who break down the lyrics and they show you like, okay, he was hitting these syllable schemes right here. Every single syllable, there's 5 syllables there or 7.
Right.
And he was hitting these right here. And he started a new syllable scheme, rhymed with that syllable scheme, and then came back at the end and rhymed with the first. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I think that helps people like.
I gotta play that back. What?
He was hitting these right here, and he started a new syllable scheme, rhymed with that syllable scheme, and then came back at the end and rhymed with the first. You know what I'm saying?
We've done enough Eminem videos, right? And you guys know when I do these reactions, a little bit of story time here. When I first got started, I definitely thought it was a risk because there wasn't that many like reaction channels that sat there and broke things down in terms of like flow, in terms of rhyme writing, in terms of the multisyllabic schemes and the technicals. And I just felt like maybe I can do something different as an MC and kind of bring like a different perspective into sort of my deep dives. And it was definitely a risk because at the time, all the big reaction channels, they were doing like 6-7 minute videos. I'm sat here doing like 20, 30, 1 hour, you know, eye gouging, breaking it down until I'm exhausted Eminem reactions because there's just so much to unpack and talk about. And I'm like, are people actually going to be interested in this? You know, it was definitely a time when I was super uncertain about what was happening. But obviously, fast forwarded now to the fan base that we do have, to the level that we're at, and it's paid off. But I'm sat here right now trying to think like what other big reaction channels sit there and talk about the rhyme patterns in that way. Well, he started off in like this 4-syllable scheme, and then he switched to a 7-syllable scheme. There's really not many people out there, I would say, that are counting syllables. It's me, right? Is it me? Do you think that Eminem has seen my reaction videos? Because I have reaction videos of his that are in the millions of view counts. You know, I've probably got at least 5 to 10 million views from my Eminem videos alone. I'd like to think that there's a pretty good probability, given how highly viewed they are, how much I sit here and talk about the technicals and the rhyme writing like that to that level. Because again, there's a lot of people that break down the bars. And they sit there, they get all excited, they hype up the bars. But to me, that's only just one facet and one asset of MCing and what you bring to the table. That's why I feel like I just like beat people's heads in when I make like these weird sounds, pointing out like A, B, C rhymes. And I go ooh to ah schemes and stuff like that. And I sound like a baby, like just drooling over stuff. But there's a reason for it because I appreciate the art and the craft that goes into it. And it's still something that I just don't see a lot of people talking about, which makes me kind of go, hang on a second. Are the cards lined up here? Do we have Eminem sat at home, chilling on the couch, putting Kxng on the big screen? I don't know. What do you guys think? And the thing is, too, we've had Royce the 5'9" come out in an Instagram interview, and he was asked about Kxng. And Royce's immediate knee-jerk response was, isn't that the white dude that does all the Eminem breakdowns and the reactions? So Royce the 5'9", who we know is in M's ear all the time, who talks to M all the time. Surely there's one degree of separation there from Royce to M to seeing my videos. Also, I gotta mention the elephant in the room, that the dude sat here interviewing Eminem, this dope-ass MC on the right-hand side, is also the same MC that was on this.
We hit the blocks and we dip, bitch, I'm Tetris.
Bitch, I'm Tetris, connected effortless. When we slide, best hide wherever Jekyll is.
So I've got a track with none other than King Crooked himself, which is still absolutely surreal. Like I'm blessed to be in this situation, to be in this moment right now. I have Royce the 5'9", who's aware of me. So you have two people that have been close with them, have been in touch with them a lot, and then you have M himself talking about reactors, who break down the technicals, who talk about the art of MCing. And I'm just wondering, people, I'm just wondering if the stars are lining up right now. I mean, there's a reason why you guys keep sending me this interview, why you guys keep asking me to react to this very interview right here.
What I'm saying,
Yeah.
and I think that helps people like really
To understand the genius.
yeah, to understand.
Zoning off of one joint. Stop in the limo. Hop in the window. Shop in the demo. At gunpoint.
Yeah.
The outer rhymes.
I just don't give a... Please don't demonetize me, Susan. Actually, wait, Susan's gone, isn't she? What am I going to do with my life?
Hop in the window. Shop in the demo. At gunpoint.
Yeah.
The outer rhymes are 2 syllables. The inner rhymes are 5 syllables.
Yeah.
That's, in my opinion, what makes you one of the greatest of all time.
Yeah, but
One joint, gunpoint. That's the 2 syllables he's talking about. Hop out a window. Cop in a limo, shop in a demo. That's the 5-syllable scheme he's talking about, right? So you got the external 2 syllables and the internal 5s just sandwiched in 7 syllables. How you doing? You can get that at the dollar menu from McDonald's.
Syllables.
yeah.
That's, in my opinion, what makes you one of the greatest of all time.
Yeah, but that's to me, my opinion back to you, because when we did the, what the fuck was it? My house. Like this is me and Royce joke about this shit all the time. We're like, fuck, Crook's gonna be on this song. All right, but we
And that's the beauty of it, man. When you get top lyricists on a track, like they definitely push each other's pens. They bring the best out of each other.
about that shit all the time because it's like, you and him, to me, make verses that even if you lay them first, they're untoppable. So it's like, I can only hope to tie at best.
That's a
'Cause
big,
when
that's
you
a
did-
big
yo.
compliment from you.
That's a hell of a compliment,
But
man.
bro, when you did in my house, the lights out, the utilities in the facility, for the life out, to wipe out. I forgot the next scene, but utilities in the, like he was rhyming all that.
Right.
Like that shit was like, and being able to keep it going, like that's what I think a lot of the average listener sometimes might not understand that this, because some people don't catch the syllables. They think that we're, rhyming, my house, the lights out, utilities in the facility, like house rhymes and out rhymes. You know what I'm saying?
Right. They're not catching the full scheme.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're not catching.
Yeah, it's more than just end rhymes. And that is just something that is incredibly difficult to do. You hear some rappers do it where they might punch in, they might have like a very sleek, maybe like multi-syllable, 5, 6, 7-syllable scheme, right? But they can only carry that for maybe like 2 bars, and then they get out of it and they find something else. And we've broken down Crooked Eye songs, we've broken down Eminem songs where like they will take a scheme like that and they will carry it through an entire verse. Hell, sometimes they'll carry a scheme like that through an entire song, which is just technically the masterclass of that is at a whole new level because it just ups the degree of difficulty when you have to find so many different sounds that have to fit together to do such a complex scheme while still making sense, while still having wordplay, while still having punchlines, while still storytelling as well. I mean, it really is another level of just like upper echelon of rhyme writing.
Now my house, lights out, lights out, to wipe out. Like there's 2 there, but then there's utilities in the facility.
Yeah.
Same thing. It's like that's the beauty to me of the craft of MCing. You know what I'm saying? Like, is that
That's important to you.
hell yeah. Yeah, because it's and I know it's important to you because it's what makes rap fun, right?
Right.
So sometimes we might be in the mood to like not to write a song that might not have a message to it.
Right.
Might not really be saying anything that's important,
Right.
but it's more about the craft and we're just trying to go as
Yeah.
hard as we can go, and
I think that's just the heart and soul of being a true MC and really loving what you do and really trying to push your pen to its limits. Because, you could turn around and regurgitate a song with much simpler schemes and write it a lot quicker. When you lock into a sound and lock into a scheme that you really want to carry out, like it's gonna test your brain. It's gonna push you to your limits of your creativity, of your ability to think about sounds and how they blend and how they mold together into one.
Get that to me.
You know what's also very interesting is obviously a lot of Eminem interviews that I've seen, he's not always as serious because, you know, he likes to joke, he likes his satire, he likes his dark humor. So it's really dope that he's like sat down and it's almost like sitting in an MC's class with Eminem right now as he talks about the technicals and these different facets.
Is what makes it fun.
Right.
Is being able to, you know, when you thought of the, hey, bro, I'll go ham for dead presidents.
Dead presidents,
like,
yeah.
You feel something, right? When you think.
And he even set that up with like John Wilkes in the booth and then the Abra, I go ham. I mean, that was on another level of that scheme, man.
You're like,
Yeah.
oh, shit.
Like, oh, shit, that's kind of ill.
Okay, yeah. All right, let me figure this out. Let me sit down with this scheme and figure it out. But that's to me, man, is the beauty of this.
I agree with that. I think sometimes, like, as an MC, like, you just have a line, right? You have a bar, and you just know that it's just, it's going to fly over people's heads. But the ones that do get it, they're going to be like, how the hell did you come up with that? And you know, once you, like, lock in one of those bars and it just hits you in that moment, you have, like, that golden moment. Like, there's no greater feeling to me. There's no greater sort of rush. There's no greater validation when you're in the process of creating music. But at the same time, too, like, you come up with a dope-ass line like that, and it puts so much more pressure on you because you're like, all right, I got this locked in now. I need to build around this and make sure that the rest of this strengthens that line and strengthens these punchlines that I'm carrying. And I just think overall what you get from this is just that love of what he does from Eminem. I mean, the way that his eyes light up, how passionate he gets talking about this stuff, you can see why he's been in the game as long as he has, why he has that longevity. Why he hasn't going, you know what, I've had all this success, I've had all this fame, I'm good. Nah, he's still got that fire. And even Crooked I as well, and the longevity that he has had, how long he's been around, going all the way back, man, to the days of the West Coast, East Coast rivalry, to the Pac days. Crooked I was there. You know, you have another OG just sat in the room, and I wish I could just be like a fly on the wall when these two get together and these two talk. It's so surreal. But yeah, I mean, what do you guys think about this? Do you think that Marshall Mathers himself has seen a Knox Hill reaction? And maybe one day we will get a shout out from Eminem. If we do, I don't know. That might be the end of the channel. Like, that's just like a life goal consummated. What the fuck? Am I having sex with him? I don't know. Anyways, I love you guys. If you're here at the end, subscribe, notifications on. Stay safe, stay positive. Help me and Ghost keep the lights on. Join the Patreon. Catch you again, guys.